sketchy, Al?
So, one of my hobbies, besides art, that I'm really passionate about is being a wildlife paparazzi. What made me decide to make a video about this is due to coming to a realization that I never gave much thought of before. Those amazing photos that you see in calendars and sometimes advertisements, etc., that we kinda take for granted, I finally asked, what did it really take to pull off those picture-perfect shots that we see practically every day? This realization came when I got heavy into photographing wildlife and how challenging it is to pull off the perfect shot with a wild critter, just trying to mind its own business. My bad, little dude. So, I wish to share a few of my tales of the most crazy times it took to pull off my top 3 pics I'm really proud of. This first pic here was the most challenging to pull off. Ended up hiking 16 miles for that sweet, dope backdrop. Plus, of course, the sheep. Worth it. My next photography tale involves my first wildcat encounter, the bobcat. This was taken about 2 years ago now. It happened when I just got off a grave shift at work. I felt a little guilty leaving 5 minutes early than I should, but I'm glad I did. Right when I was close to home in the boonies, this little guy appeared right in front of my path. Luckily, it was in an area where I was able to pull off to the side and followed it like a crazy stalker. It kept looking back, wondering what the heck I'm up to. Fortunately, it wasn't super skittish, which that sure was in my favor due to crawling over dead brush, snapping twigs every step of the way. I was so smooth, like crunchy peanut butter there. So, the best photo in my collection is with a great horned owl. Here. Allow me to share my favorite story on what it took to get this pic. So it happened at my work post on a cold January night. I was out on foot patrol around the art school with my puppy because my work post was awesome to let me have my dog around. Eclair was sniffing around the base of a piñon tree when I spotted right on top of that same tree a great horned owl, looking very curious on what the heck this small, derpy-looking potato thing was up to below. Since the critter looked like it wasn't going anywhere, I made a mad dash to my car to get my cam, to which I always keep on hand, and went back to the same area to photograph the owl, to no avail. So I kept looking around the area to see if I could somehow find it again, in the dark. There was a bit of light pollution to work with from the nearby town that was 20 minutes away to aid me, but no go. So just when I was calling it quits and started to head back to the campus, I heard the call. Squeak noise! Excited, I started to head in that direction where the sound was coming from, when I heard more. There were actually 2 of them. I found the pair sitting on a single dead tree. Both took off when I got a bit too close too fast, but one of them landed on another stubby piñon tree nearby. So I approached slowly, taking as many pics as I could with my flash up, which luckily didn't bother the owl at all, surprisingly. You would think it would be with those big night vision eyes, but it was an overall really chill burb. So much so, I ended up standing right next to it, at arm's length, to where I could actually pet it if I really tried. I dared not to, of course, with the wild bird as such, but it still just sat there on that tree for a good 10 minutes, while I kept photographing away as long as I could, until my fingers froze over. Whoops, forgot to put on some gloves in the 20-degree winter weather. So, It turns out January is the love month for owls. Speaking of love month for the critters, another interesting behind-the-scenes encounters are the mating calls of the wildlife, such as the woolly mammoth. Or the very excited Electrobuzz. Ever wondered what turtle sex sounds like? My Chi was able to document that in person.
This toilet sounds like turtle sex.
Yep, that's how them reptiles sound like. Tortoise sex is even worse. Yeah, I'll leave that reference to you if you're curious enough to check that out. Oof, not liking the direction this topic is going. Anyways, if this video is starting to feel like spam for my photography, well, it kinda is, I guess. Not really my intent, to be honest. Just want to share my stories behind the photos. But I do happen to have an Instaham account dedicated to my critters pics. Not the best high-res shots due to uploading from my janky phone, but a good place that's dedicated to my best critter pics. Sometimes I like to make calendars for fun, so might try that again sometime in the near future, if there's an interest for some pre-orders. Anyways, thanks for checking out this video today. Hope it gave a bit of a neato insight on what it takes to pull off some of the ideal images. Hope you like my critter photo album if you got the time. Take care and catch you around. Ciao!